Life in jail without parole for the terrorist who murdered 51 people at mosques in New Zealand.
Evening News with Lucrezia Millarini.
Good evening. A white supremacist who went on a shooting rampage in New Zealand, killing 51 people, was told today that he would end his days in jail. Brenton Tarrant was sentenced to life without the chance of parole, the longest jail term ever handed out in the country's history. He carried out his terror attack on 2 mosques in Christchurch last March. Among his victims, a 3-year-old boy. The judge branded Tarrant inhuman as he passed sentence. And after more than a year of grief for the families and 4 days of emotional testimony at the sentencing hearing, they finally got the justice they craved. Lucy Watson reports. The coffee and sandwich chain Pret A Manger has announced it's cutting thousands of jobs because of lockdown. Planned restructuring means nearly 3,000 roles will go and 30 branches will close. Well, business editor Joel Hills is in central London tonight. One of the most powerful hurricanes ever to have hit the United States has left a trail of destruction after gathering strength in the Gulf of Mexico. Hurricane Laura has brought heavy rain and strong winds, leaving 1 person dead. A manhunt is underway after 3 children were abducted from their foster home by their father. The boys, aged 3 to 6, were taken at knife point in South London last Thursday. Well, police have issued an urgent appeal to the public for information. Well, Neil Connery is here. Neil, what details have the police given today?
Well, please.
Neil, thank you. Well, travellers returning to the UK from Switzerland, the Czech Republic and Jamaica will soon have to quarantine for 14 days after they get here. The government is to trial an extra payment for lower-income workers to encourage them to self-isolate, even if they have to stop working. It's a £13 daily allowance that will be on top of working tax credit and the universal benefit for people in areas with local lockdown restrictions. But critics say it's still not enough for families to survive on. From the northwest, Stacey Foster reports. Those stories and more after the break. Welcome back. Well, anger over the shooting of Jacob Blake in the US state of Wisconsin has spread to the world of sport. Basketball teams and tennis players have staged a boycott, calling off key matches and practice sessions last minute. Meanwhile, the officer who fired the gun, which left the 29-year-old paralysed, has been named as protests continue on the streets of Kenosha. Our Washington correspondent Robert Moore has the latest. Well, here the Liberal Democrats put their full faith in Sir Ed Davey and elected him as leader of the party today. The MP now preparing schools for the return of children with special educational needs and disabilities brings with it extra challenges. There's the tricky balance of creating a safe physical space for pupils to learn, as well as helping them feel comfortable in what will be a very different school environment. The uncertainty around further COVID-19 outbreaks will also add to worries for families. Well, Ben Chapman has been talking to schools and parents ahead of the pupils' return. Finally tonight, rumours over exactly where the hit ITV show I'm a Celebrity would be set reached fever pitch after the news it was moving from Australia to the UK. Well, today it was finally confirmed that Grade 1 listed Gwych Castle in Wales will host the next batch of celebrities. And for how that affects the bush tugger trials, well, that's yet to be revealed. Martha Fairley has all the details. Oh, well, it will be different, that's for sure. And that is all for now. Charlene is here with news at 10, but from me and all the team here, have a very good evening. Bye-bye.